Kimberley Locke is here with us now. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing great as well.
Good.
Now, you've got a new Christmas song out called Christmas is Here.
Yeah.
Now, before we talk about the actual song, I just want to kind of address what everyone is probably thinking. It's not quite Christmas yet, so why are you releasing this now?
It's funny because it is not Christmas, but
Yeah.
everybody is already prepared for Christmas.
Yeah.
People get their holiday schedules locked in
Mm.
probably like by mid-year, and that
Yeah.
includes radio stations. So
Oh,
what we
yeah.
had to do was we had to get it all prepped and ready. So I figured if it's already ready, let's start talking about it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And I suppose if you're planning on releasing it quite early, you don't have to worry about rushing it and leaving it to the last minute like a lot of people might with a Christmas song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how would you actually describe the song yourself if you were to put that into words?
Well, Christmas is Here is an obscure Christmas song. It's not an original. And so I love telling people this story because
Yeah.
I didn't know it. I learned something also. This song was originally actually, it was written by and sung by Donna Summer.
Oh,
And she released it on her Christmas album. And being a big fan of Donna Summer, I thought that I would pay tribute to her by doing a cover of the song and, hopefully getting it in front of more people. When
yeah.
I first sung it, it's not an easy song to sing. It has an interesting rhythm and timing. So I remember when I first discovered it, I took it to some of my friends who've been playing in the industry for years. And they were like, I've never, ever heard this song. And so
Wow.
that makes me happy.
Yeah.
This song is quintessential Christmas. When you hear the lyrics, you get the essence of Christmas. You can smell the pie, you can feel the holiday cheer and feel, why we love Christmas so much. It's
Yeah.
about the people.
Absolutely. And do you ever feel guilty about covering an obscure song? Because I suppose a lot of people, because it's such an unknown song, would just assume that it's an original from you and sort of congratulate you for it, I guess.
Yeah, well, I always make sure I tell people that it's not my song. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, when we put the press release out, I not only mentioned Donna Summer, but I mentioned her other two songwriters as well,
Yeah.
which are Michael and Stormy Omartian. And, I think it's just about, sometimes the old can feel new. And I think this is one of those cases.
Yeah, absolutely. So when did you first start working on this song?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
We actually have been working on the Christmas album for about a year and a half, maybe a
Wow.
little longer. Yeah. It takes
Yeah.
time.
So that's like well before the pandemic as well. So I guess things might have
Yeah.
changed along the way.
Yeah, we had a one studio day before the pandemic,
Yeah.
and then, kind of when things started to lift, I reached out to the band EMP3, and they're actually at the time all of them were based in the tri-state area, and we talked about what our comfort level was going in the studio together, and one of the members of the band had just had a new baby.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to make sure that he was absolutely comfortable, being in. So we had all been tested and we all agreed that we would, to make Patrick comfortable, we would wear our mask and when we weren't singing. And that's what we did. We tried to be really respectful of everyone, but we're musicians and this is what we do. So it was also like we were all kind of chomping at the bit to get back into the studio and do some work.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess in these pandemic times, although Christmas might not be exactly the same as normal for a lot of people,
Right.
it gives us something to look forward to in a year when
Yeah.
we can't really go on holiday anywhere exciting and we
Right.
just have to go to work and go to the shop, and that's about all we can do.
Exactly. That's all you can do. And
Yeah.
and I think it was very, prevalent last year. Like people
Yeah.
started listening to Christmas music before Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah, it just gets earlier and earlier each year, do you
Yeah,
find that?
yeah.
I don't know if it's just because people are excited for Christmas or it's just commercialization, if you want to be cynical like that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I think it's a little bit of both. I think, last year was a special, a circumstance. And I think people were just looking for something to uplift their spirits. And
Yeah.
that's really what, Christmas is magical like that. Nobody really knows why Christmas is able to do that for people, but people know that they can count on that lift, that spirit lifting during the holidays.
Yeah, for sure. So, after this song, do you think you'll have more Christmas songs released between now and actual Christmas, or maybe in the future years?
Well, the album is actually due to release in a month. So the full album will be out. Right now, what I'm doing is I have a Kickstarter that's basically funding the project and the promotion of the project. So fingers crossed, we're going to reach our goal on that. And then, the first single off the album, actually, I released a single last year off the album called Mrs. Santa Claus. And this year it's Christmas is Here. And Christmas is Here is actually the title track on the album. And yes, I would love to release another single next year around the holidays.
Absolutely. And just quickly, what are you going to be doing for Christmas this year? Have you planned it yet?
That's a really good question. I don't really have a lot of plans for Christmas. I'll probably be with friends, and we take a big trip at the beginning of the year in January. So we'll be packing for that trip, getting ready to take off. So that's kind of my Christmas celebration.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got two things to look forward to this winter
Yeah,
then.
and my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
is in January. So yeah.
Is it weird having a birthday too close to Christmas? Because then you have to
Oh.
wait ages till you get presents again.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea. And it's so funny. I'm looking at your image that was on your Zoom cover. I have a famous picture in my family with my brother because my brother was December 5th and I'm January 3rd. And we got a Bert and Ernie cake one year to share on our birthdays.
Wow.
And I was crying in every picture and we had to hold the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister's birthday is 9 days after mine, so I know all about these shared birthday parties.
It's not fair, It's really not.
Yeah, exactly. And then my older brother, his is on his own. Nobody's birthday's near
Right?
his. It's
He
not
doesn't
fair.
have to share he doesn't have to share his with anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Well, where are we able to check out the song Christmas is Here if we'd like to have a little listen to it then?
So Christmas is Here is live and streaming on any platform that you choose to listen to. It's also on YouTube. If you just type in Christmas is Here, Kimberley Locke, you can find it there. Please add it to your Spotify playlist and your Pandora playlist. You can also find it on iTunes and really just about, Alexa, she'll play it for you.
Well, thank you very much for joining us on the show this afternoon. It's been great having you here.
Thank you.